Forget those scary horned beasts with black wings. Classic demons? So last season. Forget fairy tales about corruption. The real deal? Way more sophisticated than that. Hiding in plain sight, they feast on greed. Evolution made them drop-dead gorgeous. Harvesting human desires is their game. That hottie on the street might be a demon. A man's eyes flash a sinister red. Around him, the subway crowd remains oblivious. Teens scroll, unaware of the shadows. Legend says our world is crawling with demons. A preacher screams about sin. Nearby, a man just sits there listening to the madness. He looks totally over it. A voice on the phone asks about a crash victim. No need. They'll take the train, he mutters. He hangs up on the worried caller. Talk about annoying. On the train, the vibe is chill until the truth drops. Meet Hae-in. He takes the subway, but his gift is a nightmare in crowds. He needs this chaos to stay grounded. Ugh, seriously? He groans, hating his luck. An old man screams, but the crowd thinks, wow, that guy is seriously hot. Our hero is fuming. This geezer is making a scene and drawing too much attention. It's bothering him to no end. Finally, Hae-in stands up, done with the noise. He's about to call Jae-in when surprise. A brown-haired beauty asks if he's okay. He flashes a wicked smirk. His eyes blaze red as he tells her to back off. Why is today such a disaster? The woman ignores his attitude and asks again. Are you sure? She persists. The crazy old man lunges, trying to grab her. Not so fast. Someone snatches his arm. He shrieks in agony as Hae-in grips him. He glares at the girl. She's standing there looking lost while the guy howls. Those terrifying red eyes lock onto her. What? He demands. She blinks, totally confused. I just asked if you were okay, she stammers. He's still crushing the guy's wrist. He doesn't answer, just stares. She awkwardly looks away, heart probably doing backflips. When she speaks, he snaps out of it. Crap. Did he really stare that long? He was so lost in her face, he forgot his eyes were still glowing red. Can you let him go? She asks. His eyes flicker to a shocked purple. Come again. He blinks. She doesn't flinch. Let the old man go, please. The guy is literally screaming. Why? Hae-in asks. He was about to attack you. Her answer? Violence isn't the solution. His eyes flash red. Is she for real? She thanks him but insists on mercy. Hae-in just stares, completely baffled by her. It's a total standoff. His intense gaze meets her beautiful brown eyes. Finally. He releases his grip. Fine, you weren't lying. The old man whimpers, clutching himself. Freedom at last. The woman gives him a dazzling smile and thank you. He's still mesmerized. Wait, let me ask. The guards barge in, cutting him off. They're pointing at him? No, they're after the old man. The guards look furious. We saw the CCTV, they bark. They've got a complaint and they're kicking him off. Hae-in watches her. She's smiling at her phone now. She catches him looking. I'm against violence, she reminds him, showing her report. I never said he'd go free. Talk about a plot twist. He's lost. This woman is way smarter than she looks. The old man is dragged away, screaming about being the victim. Look at my wrist. He points a shaky finger at Hae-in. He tried to break it. Hae-in just stares. But here's the kicker. Hae-in's eyes have a power that works on everyone. One look into those eyes, and you're a goner. Total instantaneous love. And yep, even that crazy old man wasn't immune. Talk about awkward. Under his cold gaze, our hero warns that another word earns a snapped wrist. Guards, take him away. Tea time? More like panic time. The train doors lock him in with a very persistent stranger. He missed his stop. Now he's stuck in the middle of a bustling, early morning city nightmare. Outside a fancy clinic, a golden-haired hottie flashes a charming smile while teasing his late friend. Our dark-haired lead gives him the silent treatment. Rescheduled appointment? He couldn't care less. It's an epic staring contest. The brown-haired guy waits, but the silence is getting awkward. Straight to the point. Our moody hero just wants his friend to track down a mystery person. Ask Mayan, he whines. The brown-eyed guy isn't exactly thrilled to be playing detective today. Who's the target? Irritated and brooding, our lead can already imagine Mayan's chaotic reaction. Keep Mayan out of this, he growls. His threatening vibe says the secret stays between them. Suddenly, it's an interrogation. He's bombarded with endless questions about this mystery woman. A subway encounter and ... nothing. He's got zero info, leaving his friend totally baffled. What does she look like? I do not know. His friend is speechless. How can you find a ghost? Why search for a girl you can't even remember? Our hero just has a weird gut feeling. He's got things to confirm. As he enters the computer room, his friend keeps complaining. Memory? Who needs it? He claims he'll just know if they meet again. Talk about dramatic. Plot twist. He walks in and freezes. The very woman he's hunting is standing right there. He wasn't kidding. Even without a face in his mind, his heart recognized her instantly. Locking eyes with the girl in pink, the legend begins. The 7 deadly sins walk among us. Ancient demons born from human vice once roamed the earth, feeding on our darkest emotions. From bloody battlefields to high society galas, these hungry monsters feasted on human sin. Civilizations fell, but the demons adapted. They found new, modern ways to satisfy their eternal cravings. To survive efficiently, these monsters got jobs. Talk about a literal career in evil. They've blended in perfectly. At the clinic, nurses swoon as the handsome Dr. Kim arrives. Go into the break room? They chirp. The staff is totally smitten by his legendary visuals. He politely wishes them a lovely lunch, leaving a trail of fluttering hearts in his wake. Little do they know that break room is a secret sanctuary for sin-eating demons. Enter the lair. Inside, 3 gorgeous demons are casually sipping bags of ... Wait, is that blood? Dr. Kim is not amused. Clean up your bloody mess. He snaps at the messy eaters. Shin Mayan, the red-haired demon of greed, mutters a distracted apology while glued to his phone. Where's our bro? Another demon asks, tossing aside an empty bag of his liquid lunch. He is with a patient. Leviathan, the demon of envy, hears their friend took the subway. The subway again, they groan. They have seen this movie before, and it usually ends in chaos. Remember the last time? A mob of fans nearly swallowed him whole. Truly a visual king problem. Kim Jae-in, the gluttony demon, gulps down his blood tea. He is not worried about a little crowd. The redhead sighs over his blood bag. Our hero cannot even stand the sight of the stuff. 2 years and still the same. Lee Jong-won, the blonde wrath demon, demands a cure. A cure? You are dreaming. Tension rises as the demons start bickering over a petty insult. Blood spatters everywhere. Leviathan just watches the chaos with the most bored expression ever. While they fight, the brown-haired woman is trembling. Her surgery plan is finally on the table. She is nervous, staring at the documents in this Hae-in plastic surgery clinic. Back in reality, our brooding lead sits on his throne like the dark king he is. He is pride personified. One moment he is a malicious demon, the next, a serious doctor. Dr. Park Hae-in stares intensely at his newest patient, the very girl from the train. What is your name? The demon asks. The fateful encounter has officially begun. Ina stammers, reeling from the doctor reveal. Suddenly, the room gets painfully quiet. He's too handsome for scrubs, she thinks. Lucifer, meanwhile, is losing his cool. She hasn't a clue why, but his terrifying gaze suddenly pins her down. The question? Preferred chest dimensions. Shaking, she manages to whisper D-cup. Flashy teeth and a mocking grin later, he suggests she dream a little smaller. Fuming, she roasts the demon doctor's skills. Their eyes lock in a heated, high-stakes staring contest. Our moody doctor pouts, complaining that she's been trash-talking his flawless reputation all day. Totally lost, she questions his cryptic logic while he bores holes into her soul with that gaze. He fumes internally. Why didn't she swoon? This girl is a total wild card for his grand plan. Undeterred, he scoffs. She's just a puny human, hardly a match for his supreme demonic genius. He stared blankly, his brain totally short-circuiting. Suddenly, the doctor snatched her attention away. So, why do you ask that? He smirks. Our heroine starts sweating buckets as her brain hits the replay button. Our brunette beauty recalls her past. A classic knight in shining armor, moment where a stranger saved her from despair. She beams, I thought you needed saving too. The doctor just stares at her, completely unamused. You're definitely unique, he notes. A chill runs down her spine. Is that a compliment or a warning? Why this surgery? He probes. Shifting to serious mode. She prepares to spill her deeply dramatic secrets. It's personal, but I'm desperate. Will you be my surgeon? She pleads with puppy dog eyes. He eyes her carefully before delivering the ultimate rejection. I won't be performing the surgery. Cue the dramatic gasp. But why? She cries while Mr. Handsome starts rummaging through his desk clutter. He suddenly thrusts a calendar toward her like it's a piece of ancient, forbidden text. Find a free spot. I dare you, he challenges. She hopefully points to the empty Monday slot. That's my precious day off, he sighs. The rest? I'm booked until the end of time. Trembling, she asks for an opening, only to hear the doctor is booked until next year. Adding insult to injury, the doctor suggests she try her luck at a different clinic. That devilish doctor just smirks, bragging she's only here because he's the absolute best. She begs him to wait as he kicks her out. Meanwhile, the sun mocks her misery. Hae-in nearly crushes her coffee in rage, fuming over the impossibly handsome yet hateful man. Glaring at his schedule, she realizes she needs surgery before a certain someone makes a comeback. Frantically swiping her phone, she vows to find literally any other surgeon on the planet. She swears that even if Mr. Dark and Brooding begs, she won't let him touch her. Mid-surgery, our perfect DOC sees blood and nips completely, loses his cool and his focus. The nurse freezes in horror as her legendary doctor starts shaking like a leaf. He barks an order to finish up, while the oblivious staff later cheer for success. Our Ice King doctor flees the operating room, practically sprinting down the sterile halls. Dr. Kim's research is interrupted by the man everyone calls a literal demon. He asks what Lucifer wants now, but our broody hero just survived a blood-soaked trauma. For a heartbeat, the blood didn't faze him, sparking a very confused stare from his friend. How is that possible? He shouts, staring at his hands as they betray him again. The nausea is back, but for a second, did he actually crave a taste of blood? Crossing his arms, Dr. Park declares they must hunt down whatever triggered this relapse. Could this sudden setback actually be the miracle cure they've been searching for? He grills the demon doctor about any weird encounters while he was busy typing away. Dr. Kim wonders if the cause brushed past him, creating that fleeting moment of peace. Then it vanished just like a human skipping a dose of their life-saving meds. Just a precaution, says Doc. But our dark-haired lead is spiraling, eyeing his bestie with way too much dramatic tension. The demon's bombshell revelation left his companion absolutely speechless. A mortal immune to his charms, Mr. Kim stood frozen in shock. Why hide this? The doctor froze, sensing their elusive target was near. Found at last. Under the blue sky, his dark gaze locked on. Could this moping girl really be the miracle cure he sought? He shrugged, unsure, while she stayed glued to her phone screen. A call flashed. Time to test if this beauty was a salvation. She looked skeptical as his intense, dark eyes scanned her pink outfit. Dressed the same as last time? He reached into his pocket smoothly. A crimson light pulsed from within. A mysterious, glowing jewel was reacting. The ruby pendant shimmered as she voiced her growing suspicions about him. Was it her voice? Her scent? He searched for the hidden trigger. She snapped. His cold obsession with her surgery was beyond annoying. Are you mocking me? Her eyes blazed with fury at his games. He was totally daydreaming. I'm listening, he lied with demonic charm. Suddenly, the red pendant appeared, capturing her gaze with its sparkle. It looks like blood, she whispered as the jewel met his eyes. Spellbound, she leaned in, oblivious to their dangerously close proximity. She scrambled back, blushing. What does this jewel have to do with us? He realized the truth. The secret was her captivating, defiant eyes. The chain rattled as he smirked. The why can wait for later. Did you summon me just for a jewelry show? She was fuming. He rose slowly, dropping a bombshell. I'm going to kiss you. Total brain freeze. Wait, stay back. She stammered, feeling the heat. He invaded her space. Look at me. If you refuse this kiss... A devilish trade. Refuse me and I'll do the surgery for free. He hovered over her, testing his irresistible, demonic magnetism. Flustered and red-faced, she stared at her bold, handsome tormentor. Her mind raced as their breath mingled in the tight space. He grabbed her waist. He was serious. She finally snapped into action. Snack. I like someone else. The demon faced his initial rejection. She nearly crumbled. Meanwhile, his curiosity about this immune girl piqued. He locked eyes with his victim again, his voice dropping low. You start tomorrow. She blinked. Huh? Why am I hired? Why the casual talk? I am always this friendly with my staff. I'll do the surgery. But what did a job have to do with it? He looked away, nervous. Employees get priority on my busy schedule? But I have a career. She protested, confused by the offer. High pay and freedom. Her resolve crumbled at the sweet perks. A steal, right? She eyed him. Why the sudden personality flip? Is he in love with me? She wondered. He quickly disagreed. Nothing is free, just obey me. And what exactly is that? She braced herself. Time to be the boldest version of herself. A wicked grin spread. Shall we continue our little business talk? I can't handle blood. She leaned in, hanging on every word. She wonders how a demon operates, but he sighs, claiming his patience is finally wearing thin. I have my limits, he murmurs, leaning against his desk with a dangerously charismatic gaze. His eyes lock onto hers, looking at you, heals me. Her jaw hits the floor. What kind of drama line is that? She gasps, convinced this handsome devil has fallen for her. She flips her hair. Look, doctor, you should just give up on me now. He debated kidnapping her, but her sheer confidence leaves him speechless and utterly baffled. She begins plotting her move, but young Lucifer scoffs. Didn't you say you didn't believe me? Fidgeting with her ear, she scrambles for an excuse. Well, you clearly need my help. The word help echoes. The doctor stares, his brain short-circuiting at her audacity. As he grits his teeth, she boldly reaches out like she's doing him a massive favor. I'll let you take care of me until surgery. She chirps, but he just walks past. He doesn't even look back. Be here at 9 a.m. sharp. Don't be late. She's left blinking in the silence. Seriously? What is with that guy's attitude? Confusion lingers as the morning sun spills into the grand, prestigious clinic. An employee asks for the schedule, but Ina makes her grand entrance as the new girl. I'm Dr. Park's new assistant. She beams, only to be met with a cold, judgmental glare. Why the face? She thinks, following the suspicious employee to the doctor's heavy door. Miss Ruina is here. The worker chirps, her fake sweet smile shining as she opens the door. Inside sits the handsome doctor, his eyes glued to the screen in a trance of productivity. She stares, captivated. Back to work, he commands, earning Ina a final. Lethal glare from the assistant. That parting look could kill. Aina wonders, what did I do? Is she a secret rival? Why are you standing there? Close the door and get over here, he orders. He reveals a room prepared just for her. Her eyes sparkle. Is this all ... for me? It's dark and moody. Is this his aesthetic? Or is he just a vampire? Suddenly, he tilts her chin up, forcing her to meet his gaze. The tension is electric. Off to surgery, she squeaks. He gives a grim nod that screams serious business. If the others come, ignore them, he warns. She nods quickly, not asking who the others are. He releases her with a mysterious smirk. Take a break. She stands there, heart racing. Victory, she cheers as he leaves. Finally, the demon is gone and I'm free. Time to snoop. But as she approaches his desk, a mysterious object catches her eye. Nothing but boring paperwork, she huffs. Maybe the other rooms have some actual secrets. Clatter, she spins around, heart racing. Something has fallen to the floor. A small picture frame lies face down. Oops, did I do that? She picks it up. In the photo, a stunning woman sits in the doctor's chair. Aina's heart sinks. She's gorgeous, Aina whispers. Wait ... is this his girlfriend? The plot thickens. It was face down ... definitely dramatic X. She theorizes, feeling like a secret detective. She's so focused on the frame that she misses the tall shadow looming behind her. A voice chuckles. You know, that photo was face down for a reason. Oh, thanks for the wait. Who are you? She freezes, staring at a stranger with red hair. Ak, who are you? She shrieks, staring at the mysterious Dr. Mayong with wide eyes. He leans in close. So, you're the one. The legendary remedy. Aina's brain goes blank. I'm the resident doctor, the redhead grins. Aina squints. A doctor in this place? She stammers out her name, feeling awkward. Well then, he says, how about a handshake? She finally takes his hand, and suddenly a fierce crimson aura explodes around him. Shocked, she looks down at their hands, then up into the glowing red eyes of Shin Mayong. Meet Mammon, Greed's own poster boy. Each demon breed craves a unique flavor of human emotion, and their seduction tactics vary wildly. This redhead's charm, it's all in his magical touch. One graze of his fingers and boom. You're hopelessly smitten no matter who you are. To this crimson-crusted devil, mortals were merely disposable toys meant for his amusement. But wait, why is he frozen? He spots two fellow demons shamelessly huddling outside a closed door. They're eavesdropping. His sudden presence sends chills down their spines as they scramble to explain. Apparently, a patient is back in Dr. Park's office. So what? Everyone wants a piece of him, he scoffs. But here's the kicker. Hyunjin actually invited her back. Our greedy redhead drops his phone in disbelief. Ignoring his endless fan mail, he demands answers. Too bad these two are totally clueless. Dying of curiosity, he shoves the blonde demon aside to steal a peek into the room. The trio starts buzzing like fanboys over the mysterious girl. They just can't get enough of her. Suddenly, a gaze colder than ice hits them. It's the pride demon, and boy, are they terrified. They slam the door shut when the girl speaks up. The peanut gallery scatters before things get messy. As the redhead lingers, the Leviathan mocks his expression. Greed is written all over his handsome face. Pride's warning should have stopped him, but it only fuels Mammon's hunger to dig deeper. Now, this gorgeous girl is staring right back. He plays it cool, demanding why she's here. Our heroine hesitates, weighing her words. She remembers the doctor's warning about these flashy troublemakers. I can't tell you, she says flatly. It's a top secret matter. Talk about a cold shoulder. She then asks him to unhand her so she can get to work. Wait, unhand her? He's stunned. This girl is actually immune to his charm. She even wants him to let go. He grabs her again, panicking. Seriously? You feel nothing? Not even a tiny spark of attraction? Despite the ego bruise, he presses on. Is your heart racing? Do you feel all fluttery inside? Do I look like a shimmering god to you? She blinks, giving him a long, dry look. Sorry, I'm just not that religious. Our greed demon's brain literally short-circuits at her response. What kind of anomaly did Pride find? And thus, the ultimate seduction mission officially kicks off. Goal, seduce Joanna. First up is Bitten In, the envy demon who uses his voice to bewitch souls. He tries his smooth talk magic, but Joanna isn't buying it. She looks at him like he's crazy. Is that weird noise all you've got? She asks. Envy's legendary voice? Utterly crushed in seconds. Round 2. Satan, the wrath demon. His strategy? To be the most adorable little devil ever. He almost had her. Then she asks if he's a grade schooler. Ouch, talk about a critical hit. A furious Satan is dragged out, fuming. Next in line, the gluttonous Kim takes his turn. He tries a pheromone-fueled charm offensive. Too bad for him, she absolutely hates strong, smelly colognes. Another demon bites the dust. Suddenly, a powerful presence silences the chaotic bickering in the hall. What are you idiots doing now? Pride looms over them, looking absolutely ready to murder someone. Leaning against the door, his piercing gaze promises a world of absolute pain. Exactly, how long have you been playing in my office? His voice drips with pure menace. Scram. One word and the demons vanish. Yet, our girl stays seated, completely unfazed by the tension. Greed notices the doctor sweating. Looks like somebody was in a massive rush to get back. Be careful, he warns. These vultures will try to snatch you the moment I look away. After Greed exits, the room falls silent. Finally alone, the doctor looks directly at her. Didn't I tell you? Ignore those losers. They're nothing but a distraction, he mutters softly. I tried, she sighs, but they're like persistent flies. He notices she's been tidying his desk. Do you think chatting makes you friends? He asks, his voice surprisingly cold and possessive. Once the surgery's done, you're finished with them. She shrugs, insisting they were the intruders. Confusion flickers in her eyes as she asks for clarity. The doctor simply smiles. Deciding to be his employee and nothing more, she turned her back on that devil. Strictly professional, she declared. No calls unless it's for work, buddy. The doctor's gaze burned into her back until she vanished into her office. Click. The door was shut tight. The doctor kept staring at that wood panel like he could see right through it. Sunlight flooded the clinic, but the doctor's face was pure thunder. The target of his royal grumpiness? His lovely assistant. She was rocking a mask and headphones, blissfully ignoring her boss. Rude? Maybe necessary? Absolutely. Then he snatched them away. She snapped at him instantly, but the doctor just whined that those pretty eyes still had piles of work left to finish. Whack! She slapped his hand away, giving him a look that could kill if it weren't so gorgeous. He wasn't happy either. You really gonna keep this up? He growled. Meanwhile, the sun just kept shining through the window like everything was fine. The room glowed as time ticked by. Had enough? One asked. Not even close, came the stubborn reply. Oh, the tension. Are you practicing staring contest? She grumbled, noticing his gaze lingering way longer than usual. It was getting super awkward. Our dark-haired heartthrob just smirked, claiming he needed a lot more of her time today. Cue the dramatic eye roll from her. Typical, you always get your way, she huffed. He shot back a witty reply, but she'd had it. Enough already? This is beyond ridiculous. She cried, then whoosh. She slipped right on the lollipop those kids dropped yesterday. What a disaster. In midair panic, her eyes locked onto the man she was just screaming at. Help! Save me from this candy-induced doom. Then reality hit her boss was totally going to let her eat floor. She imagined the embarrassing crash in slow motion. She braced for impact, but the hard floor never came. Why? Because she landed perfectly in a chair. Talk about luck. Wait, where'd this chair come from? She blinked, totally baffled. But the man was already turning to walk away like a jerk. Yoink! She grabbed his arm, suddenly claiming her legs had turned to jelly. Help a girl up, would you, Doc? She blamed her brain fog for missing the chair while trying to reach a cup way up on the cabinet. Curse her height. Reaching up, she fumed. He saw her falling and just stood there. What kind of male lead is he? Truly annoying. Suddenly, a long arm reached over and snagged the cup with ease. Who was this mysterious, tall, and incredibly handsome savior? The demon of envy himself handed her the cup, his dark eyes sparkling. Thanks for the hand, she stuttered nervously. She grabbed the cup, realizing he was one of those guys from her office yesterday. Wait, are they all this attractive? Who are you again? She wondered. As if reading her mind, the demon introduced himself with a smooth, velvety voice. He mentioned he knew she was Dr. Park's assistant. Oh, that... It just sort of happened, she replied, playing it cool. She thought back to the other annoying guy from yesterday. Should she spill the tea to this dark-haired hottie? Decisions. Standing before this handsome man, she hesitated. Well, he did bring it up first, so maybe a little venting wouldn't hurt. With a playful smirk and a casual shrug, the boy asked her a favor. Take good care of that grumpy devil, okay? Wait, take care of that proud demon? She gasped, but somehow found herself nodding along. Guess she's a babysitter now? His voice was like honey and that friendly smile. Dangerous. She was totally caught off guard by his sudden charm offensive. Then he dropped the bomb. That grumpy man is actually someone very precious to him. Aw, bromance alert. You guys must be tight, she squeaked, feeling the heat. Meanwhile, he just chilled with his cup of steaming hot coffee. We've been brothers for ages, he remarked casually. Our girl's jaw nearly hit the floor. How long is ages for demons? So, are you all the same age? She asked. He looked thoughtful for a second, then admitted he wasn't really sure. How do you be friends forever and not know a birthday? These demon dynamics are making her brain hurt. She took a sip of coffee, figuring people are just weird these days. He looks scary at first, but maybe he's okay. He's actually a great talker. Maybe he's a good guy, she mused, staring at her own reflection in the dark brew. Enjoy your drink, she chirped, heading for the door. But then he called out to her, stopping her in her tracks. He flashed a wicked grin. She turned back, asking, "What now?" But he just stared, letting the tension simmer. Chills. That faint smile was lethal. Even in your wildest dreams. This demon's honeyed voice could tempt anyone into big trouble. Meet the Leviathan. The other staff were totally salty about little Ina getting all the attention. The jealousy was real. Why? Because every handsome demon in the clinic was obsessed with her. And that burning envy? It was his favorite snack. It was a feast for the Leviathan. Ina curiously asked what the doctor wanted. Work's just more fun with you around. He hoped she'd stay forever. And since our brown-haired beauty was making everyone else green with envy, ... it was a buffet for the demon of envy. He couldn't wait to gobble up all that delicious, petty resentment. Our beauty wanders the halls, vowing to vanish after surgery despite Dr. Yun's charms. Rule number 1, never get tangled up with these handsome hospital heartthrobs. Ignoring Dr. Park's warning, she opens the door only to find the dark-haired demon waiting. Where were you? He growls. She bluffs that his surgery was lightning fast. It's been 2 hours, he deadpans, completely killing her cool vibe. I was just making tea. She huffs, turning her back on the icy surgeon. It's a clinic, not a prison. Meanwhile, he's stunned his blood phobia has finally vanished. His colleagues are shocked by his composure. Is this girl his secret lucky charm? He feels no discomfort seeing blood anymore, and he starts to wonder why. Is she the reason? He's irritated by the mystery this clumsy woman has created. He needs to uncover the truth behind the strange effect she has on him. Got plans tonight? He asks. She mentions a dinner date with a friend. Cancel it, the boss commands. She blinks in disbelief. Is he serious right now? We are going somewhere, he says, leaving zero room for debate. When he reveals somewhere is his house, her brain short circuits. A man's house. Why on earth would I go there? She cries. I need to. Test something. Test? Her imagination goes wild with R-rated scenarios as she freezes in shock. What kind of experiment needs a house? She shrieks, but the cold doctor just snaps. He insists it's private business, and the two start bickering like a married couple. I'm your employee, not your property. She shouts, giving her boss major attitude. Then the unthinkable happens. Please ... Just help me, the cold man mutters. Did the great demon just say please? She turns, questioning her own ears. They share an intense stare down, but the demon stays silent, just watching her. She turns away, aggressively ruffling her hair in a fit of total exhaustion. Fine, but you better ace my surgery. She snaps, finally giving in to him. Cut to a massive sunset traffic jam. The road is a total parking lot. She's frantically typing a sick grandmother excuse to her friend, drowning in guilt. Sorry, Grandma. I'm being kidnapped by a gorgeous doctor for a secret mission. She glares at the man beside her. This handsome devil is the reason she's lying. Are we there yet? She groans, trapped in his sleek luxury car. Despite the tension, the city view from his sophisticated ride is absolutely breathtaking. The bus would have been faster, she teases, but the rich doctor isn't amused. I only drive myself, he declares. Is he a secret antisocial prince? She remembers their subway meet-cute. Wait, why was a millionaire on a train? He mentions a past accident ruined his car. She gasps, worried for his health. It wasn't that serious, he sighs, downplaying the drama like a true protagonist. We're here, he announces as she peers out the window at their destination. Her jaw drops. It's a magnificent, glowing skyscraper that touches the very clouds. She's starstruck by the luxury, but he just tells her to hurry up. His elegant fingers press the button for the 72nd floor. 72. No wonder he offered her so much money. The man is absolutely loaded. How old are you anyway? She asks. How old do I look? He counters. 20s? She guesses. A rare, handsome smile actually breaks across his face. Let's go with that, he smirks as the elevator doors finally slide open. The lock clicks. Use the slippers, the homeowner commands as they enter his lair. She stepped inside his stunningly lavish home. One look at that view. Boss is loaded. Suddenly, a creepy, massive painting stopped her cold. It depicted a terrifying, three-headed crowned king. That's just the devil, the demon boss teased. He quoted Dante while she stood there baffled. Lucifer, he whispered as the curtains danced. The fallen angel who became Hell's king. He tried to steal God's throne and failed. Banished, now his eyes were locked on her. He smirked at her totally confused face. Panic, she scrambled to the kitchen for water. She gulped it down, trying to stay calm. Then, she remembered his creepy blood fetish. He actually liked the sight of blood. That painting's horror flashed in her mind. Is he a demon worshipper? She shivered. She returned, but her boss had vanished. Found him, staring at a bloody sink. Come here, he summoned her inside. She was shocked he'd call her in. Her tiny feet paused at the door. Sink full of blood, she walked in. What's going on? She cried, eyes wide. He stripped, claiming his clothes were stained. Closer, he said. No way. She barked. Don't make me pull you in, he growled. He sighed. Just hold my hand then. She grabbed his hand from a distance. He felt no thrill from the blood. Their eyes met and his fear evaporated. Touching her killed his hunger for blood. He hugged her tight, red eyes glowing. What if we did more? She pushed. Hands off. She fumed, face turning red. "Experiment over," the doctor stated coldly. She left, fuming at his weird behavior. "I'm going home," she snapped back. He offered a ride. She chose Subway. Why the kindness? He just watched her. Morning came with a smiling redhead doctor. "Got work to do?" she asked suspiciously. He finished early, making her head tilt. Her boss sat quietly, surprisingly not annoying. As he left, she grabbed his hand. "Wait." A sudden hand grab, their eyes locked in a silent duel. Then she chirped with pure excitement. Dying to grill the redhead, she forgot her hand was still entangled with his. Suddenly, the realization hit. She dropped the doctor's hand like a hot potato. Just as she spoke, the redhead cut her right off. He dropped his name like a mic. Grabbing her hands, he schooled her on how to say it properly. "It's my Shin." Clueless but polite, she just smiled and called him Dr. Shin instead. She mentioned Dr. Yu's claim that they were all basically old buddies from way back when. The redhead beamed, confirming the bond. Yet a shadow of confusion crossed the doctor's face at her question. Why does Dr. Park look so pale? Plus, he kept rambling about some literal devil or something. Does he actually believe in demons? The redhead looked a tad concerned at the thought. Maybe he is just super superstitious? Then she brought up that clumsy moment she nearly face-planted before him. But poof, a chair spawned behind her. Weird, right? The redhead asked, sounding a bit shaky. "Are you sure you didn't just miss it?" But she wasn't done listing the bizarre events. As the spooky stories piled up, the sweating redhead pleaded for her to just chill out. Saying it out loud made it sound way more insane. "So, Doc, what's your take on this?" He stammered a vague answer. Suddenly, the redhead hollered back at someone, "I'm on my way." A hasty goodbye and a "see you later," he vanished because duty was supposedly calling his name. He bolted out like a lightning bolt, leaving her standing there, completely and utterly baffled. Hiding in the restroom, she sighed. Everyone's acting so shady. Next time, she would get some real answers. She would corner that redhead again. But then, eavesdropping mode. 2 coworkers were busy trash-talking nearby, grumbling about lazy workers who have it too easy at the clinic. She was losing her patience. She rolled her eyes at the office drama. What a bunch of busybodies. She thought, good luck to that poor soul, she thought, until they bitched about the girl only flirting with doctors. Hold up, that is her. Her heart skipped as they spat out her name like poison. They could not believe a handsome doctor was seen slipping out of her room so early. Ooh, the shade. This felt like a nightmare flashback to the nasty rumors from elementary school. Flashback to those 2 mean boys who literally formed a fan club just to bully her. Kids are brutal gossips. While smearing on bold red lipstick, a coworker dropped a nasty bombshell. She only got hired through back doors. Head down, she remembered how kids use lies to crush her. Gossip is just a tool for the insecure. Suddenly, from inside the bathroom stall, ... Wham! She kicked the door open, scaring them silly. Just like her childhood self would. She used to chuck books at bullies. Are you 2 quite finished flapping your lips? No damsel in distress here. She marched toward the gossipers with pure, unadulterated main character energy. Mind if I join the tea party? She asked with a sharp, sugary sweet smile. A sinister grin appeared. 2 demonic doctors were lurking nearby, relishing every single juicy second. The blonde cheered for the drama. One was a Leviathan, the other was, wait for it, Satan. Talk about an unholy duo. They are inseparable because they share a very specific gourmet diet. Their favorite snacks? Envy and wrath. Even in video games, the salty losers provide a feast. Envy breeds wrath, the perfect combo meal. That is why these 2 demonic species are basically besties. Since Ina arrived, the clinic has become a 5-star buffet of delicious, toxic human emotions. Levels are off the charts. These two are the hungriest for a total emotional meltdown. They are dying to see her snap. Panicked, a gossip monger tried to stutter out a pathetic excuse. But Ms. Red Lipstick doubled down. I am just stating facts, honey. Don't get mad at truth. You are not even a real employee. You are just here as Dr. Park's little charity case. Ooh, she is fuming. Ina gripped her yellow phone, ready to clap back in style. She marched right up to that hater's back. Hey, I'm talking to you. You done yapping? Ina snapped. The gossiper recoiled, terrified by the girl's sudden fire. Do you seriously think I'm into Dr. Park? Ina asked, looking completely disgusted. She shoved her phone forward, revealing a screen that left the trio absolutely speechless. A total beach god. The women gasped at his insane visuals and towering height. That is Johan Kang, the global supermodel. Ina smirked. No, this man. ... is my actual type. The ladies were left completely shell-shocked. What is the verdict, Red Lips? The woman admitted the man was a masterpiece. Girl, your taste is top tier. The curly-haired girl squealed, shaking Ina's hand. Want a closer look? Ina giggled, clearly enjoying the sudden shift in atmosphere. She tossed them a note and vanished, leaving them staring blankly at the door. They felt like idiots for trashing the girl they clearly did not understand. Wait, what was that hunk's name again? One employee asked, totally starstruck. The black-haired woman sighed. Seriously, that Ina girl is one bizarre character. How interesting, the blonde hunk smirked. The envy and malice just vanished. Exhausted, Ina stepped out and nearly collided with a towering man in white. Dr. Park looked bored. Why did you not just ditch those harpies? He asked. Oh no, he heard every single word of that chaotic bathroom showdown. I hired you on my terms, he stated firmly. No seduction was necessary. Panicked, Ina babbled about how those nasty rumors could ruin his prestigious reputation. He stayed silent, just watching her scramble to justify her heroic little defense. Worrying about me again, the demon mused. Who is the real victim here, human? You are dismissed, he said. Ina ducked into the room, only to freeze. Those two creepy doctors from yesterday were back, eyes locked right on her. They flashed wicked grins, clearly having enjoyed her recent little public performance. Did everyone in this building hear that? She groaned, looking totally over it. Handle them next time, they advised, unaware this was just the beginning. The redhead suddenly whined, his stomach growling for a literal taste of drama. Then go eat, Ina suggested. He just stared blankly, claiming food was impossible. How can I eat when such a beauty is before me? He purred. The office gossip died instantly. Two workers started chatting, but the vibe shifted. Nothing is happening between them. The short-haired girl insisted, shutting down the lies. Gossip is trashy, she scolded, leaving her coworkers drowning in sudden guilt. That one moment shattered the toxic energy, purging the clinic of its negativity. Ina returned to her post, catching the receptionist's eye as she walked by. Have a wonderful day, Ina. The employee beamed with a genuinely sweet smile. Ina blinked, stunned, before flashing a massive, radiant grin right back at her. The social poison vanished. Unfortunately for the devils, that meant they were starving. Where is the greed? The redhead gasped, shocked that the atmosphere had turned pure. He whined for food again, but Ina interrupted with a sudden, worried question. Did they cut your pay to afford me? The redhead just stared in disbelief. Touched by her concern, he beamed. You are so sweet, I could eat you whole. Seeing the murder in Dr. Park's eyes, he quickly squeaked. Just kidding. Totally kidding. The doctor's glare was nuclear. The demon hung his head and prepared to flee. I am out, the blonde demon hollered, terrified as Dr. Lucifer finally returned. He pointed at Shin on the floor. Look at him. He is practically a goner already. Clutching a blood bag, Jin groans, even this tastes like flavorless water now. The blonde screams in despair. These demons need to take action already. Exhausted, the dark-haired one sighs. What can we even do anymore? Snapping his lollipop, the demon of wrath growls, I have a plan. Mammon's eyes spark. It is finally time for these boys to move. A red car stops and a black leather boot hits the pavement. The redhead beams. It's been forever since we hit the movies together. Hurry up, I'm starving. Someone yells, but a mystery man catches their eye. Aina's judging hard. Why drive? It is literally a 10-minute walk. Mammon grumbles. We're too handsome to walk. We cause a total riot. Aina rolls her eyes, just as the charming Lucifer glides from the car. Red thanks him, then panics as his drink starts spilling everywhere. Tipsy Aina giggles. Forget that. Let's order the really strong stuff. She eyes the snack-filled table while the redhead's face turns beet red. Red reaches for his glass, but wait, his drink has completely vanished. Where's my Beelzebub special? Someone asks, letting out a tiny, cute hiccup. The demons freeze. Is the human girl acting weird? Did she drink it? Drunk Aina begs for more, while Hae-in gets slammed against the wall. Lucifer's eyes flare with rage. Give me the antidote. Right now. Beelzebub trembles. I just brew him. I don't have a cure, Lucifer. Hae-in is a pheromone demon who seduces targets with a single touch. He can inject his lethal charms into any liquid through his hands. To humans, it's a drug. To demons, it is just a cocktail. Suddenly, a figure in black sprints up the gray emergency stairs. Demon Park freezes, staring at the absolute chaos unfolding before him. He spots the exit sign and bursts through the door like lightning. There she is, Aina, with messy curls and a very drunk, beautiful smile. Oh, she chirps. How did you find my secret hiding spot, handsome? I told you I'd make you pay. He growls, fists clenched in anger. Get down. He orders, but she answers with a sudden, tight hug. The demon stands frozen. This tiny, drunk human is actually hugging him? He looks down, his arm twitching. Should he actually hug her back? She sniffs him happily. You came all this way just for me? Then she looks up and calls him Johann. Ouch, definitely the wrong guy. His name is Hae-in, actually. Meanwhile, far away in Paris, A tattooed hottie with piercings stares intensely at his phone screen. He's spamming Aina with texts, wondering why she is totally ghosting him. It is morning in Korea. Why hasn't she replied yet? He grumbles. He flops onto the couch, realizing Aina isn't where she said. Suddenly, his phone buzzes. A notification. He lunges for the device. The tattooed man snaps it up, eyes darting across the bright screen. Ignoring the view of the Eiffel Tower, he makes a quick call. I'm done. Put me on the next flight back to Korea. No. A plane soars over Paris. Something is definitely bothering the young man. The morning sun hits the curtains as the young intern finally wakes. Wincing from a killer hangover, she jolted awake with a pounding headache. She let out a massive yawn, wondering the time while craving a gallon of water. Total blackout. She begged for answers, terrified by her first ever drunken memory loss. But as she moved, a cold metal click echoed she was handcuffed. Talk about confusing. Following the chain, she froze. A sudden realization hit her like a ton of bricks. 5 gorgeous, elite doctors were looming over her in this insanely fancy room. They were totally passed out, and this definitely wasn't her bedroom. Panic mode activated. Her high-pitched screech shattered the silence, jolting every single man awake instantly. Why are you all shirtless? She shrieked, while the redhead casually offered a breezy good morning. Not the time for pleasantries. She barked back, her face flushing a deep crimson. Welcome to Dr. Kim's mansion. Terrified, she blurted out that she was totally broke. Desperate and still cuffed, she checked her phone only to find a mountain of missed calls. Johann kept calling, but her eyes darted to the man currently snoozing right beside her. It was her boss. Looking totally exhausted, he immediately laid down a strict new law. "You are officially banned from alcohol forever," he declared, leaving her completely stunned. Her memory was a foggy mess. "Did I actually pull something crazy last night?" she asked. The handsome demon looked hurt, recalling how she'd called him by another man's name. That rejection stung. He flashed back to their first meeting when she'd swerved his kiss. She had someone else in her heart. Yet, as she clung to him tightly, "Is it him?" she whispered, making the demon grit his teeth in a jealous rage. He suppressed his fury, held her close, and gently asked if they could finally head home. He swept the sleeping beauty into his arms just as the other demons closed in. Where was she? How did Lucifer find her? The doctors demanded to know her address. Nobody had a clue. Meanwhile, Demon Park stayed silent, observing the chaotic debate. "Let's just crash at Beelzebub's place," he suggested while she stared awkwardly at her boss. "My mind is a total blank after that first glass," she confessed to her bedmate boss. She shivered when they mentioned the near-fatal car crash she supposedly caused. She'd actually picked a fight with another driver and merely sending them off the road. "These cuffs are for your own safety." Apparently, she'd gone completely rogue last night. She'd even bolted from the restaurant. Bowing her head, she felt the ultimate sting of shame. "You seriously don't remember a thing?" Her boss prodded, eyes searching hers intensely. He yanked the chain slightly, propping himself up to get a better look at her. "Are you sure?" he pressed. Sadly, she nodded, her memory still a complete void. He flashed a breathtaking smile and told her to just forget the whole disaster.